There was a term that flashed near the bottom of the screen, which I was getting a little caught up on before. I saw it this time. I tried a few times. It says Lyapunov exponent. And I looked up Lyapunov. They were a Russian mathematician, and their most famous concept which appeared in the search engine had to do with stability. How stuff occurring near stability would be continuously stable if it held true, but the Lyapunov exponent, it almost seems to exponentialize the process. Alright, so I am back from Tartarus. I never thought I'd be talking with you like this. You're always cracking jokes. Ha ha ha. This is no time for humor. But I'm happy to see everyone has a smile on their face. Well, that is all regarding Yakushima. Now, you will all need to concentrate on your final exams. I can probably go out today. Game Parade. Various arcade games are inside. Will you stay here until midnight? Yes. Right now the games available to play are Prank Club and Punching Bag. I am gonna equip Suzaku here for the strength boost. You showed the machine what you could dish out. Your persona's strength has increased. It's getting late. You decide to go back to the dorm. First semester final exams begin today and last for 5 days. This question seems familiar. What form of natural magic was used to find water sources? Oh my god, Mr. Edogawa is always going on about the importance of getting their answers correct, or else they might put like curses on you. I've gotten all of them correct so far. The answer here, I believe, is dowsing. You feel confident about your answer. This question seems familiar. Some Europeans call this creature devilfish and refuse to eat it. Is it jellyfish? It was jellyfish in this playthrough. You're not very confident about your answer. Damn, The answer might have gotten switched again. This question seems familiar. Oh, the answer on the test, it might have been octopus, I suppose. Who established the Kamakura shogunate? Is it Taira no Masakado? You're not very confident about your answer. This question seems familiar. Which is an example of a comma splice? I learned. You feel confident about your answer. Damn. Those tests were no good. Yo, what's up? Says Junpei. Thank God today's the last day of exams. Yeah. How have you been doing? Yeah. I was trying to comprehend what was going on with the tests. Something has been happening recently. Like, I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, a similar thing was happening. Somehow the card's effects were like changing in reality, and similar things have been happening IRL. Dude, I can't wait to let off some steam. Oh, the same thing was happening before. Because first it was octopus, potentially a squid during the first playthrough. This playthrough was jellyfish. But then in this case, missing the answer on the test, it kind of reinforces that someone was fucking me over, but it was a mystery. Don't you just love summer? It's the last day of exams. The questions are just too easy. Your pen won't stop moving.
I'm done, baby! The dark days of testing are finally over. The sun is shining bright.
So, how'd you do?
Hey, check it out! I aced PE!
Well, that pretty much answers the question.
A real man doesn't dwell on the past. I'm thinking ahead to Yakushima.
Oh yeah, that's coming up soon, isn't it? Are you ready?
Totally, of course not. How about you?
Me? Not really. I guess I should be more enthusiastic, huh? Hey, I don't have practice today, so do you want to do something? What do you say?
Sounds good. Where are we going? If you need to buy a swimsuit, I'd be happy to help.
As if. Alright, give me a sec. I'm gonna go grab my stuff from the locker room. Oh, I'll invite Fuka, too.
Yukari left the classroom.
Hey. I'm sorry about the way I've been acting. I was just in a bad mood. I took it all out on you. I know it wasn't too cool of me.
Well, you are a kid. It's okay. I don't recall that. It's okay if Junpei, but not other people.
Alright. Thanks.
But also, Junpei might have crossed the line.
Let's go back to how things used to be between us, okay?
Disgusting.
Alright, let's get going.
You met up with Akihiko at the school gate and went home together.
Woohoo! Freedom at last! What should I do now?
Don't worry, I'm sure you'll think of something.
Hell yeah, I will. Hey, what are you doing here, Akihiko-san?
Ikutsuki-san called me. I think he wants to talk about a new candidate.
Does that mean another person is going to join?
Maybe.
Oh, is it gonna be another girl?
How should I know?
Fuka! What's wrong, Natsuki-chan? Do you think you can stay after school with me for a mandatory study session? There's like no one... Oh, you're going back to your home today, huh? Okay, then never mind.
Hey, wait!
It's alright, let's go. Sorry, I'll see you all later back at the dorm.
Fuga returned to the school grounds with Natsuki.
I'm really surprised at how much she's changed.
Ah, friendship. How beautiful. Adolescence is such a wonderful thing. So full of vibrancy.
Mr. Chairman!
Oh, hello. I just stopped by to pick someone up. I might as well introduce you to him now.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Ken-kun. What's up?
You know him?
He doesn't leave during the break because of his circumstances.
Oh, I heard about that. Something about his parents.
It was only me and my mom, but she got in an accident, and she died. It happened 2 years ago.
Right now, one of his distant relatives is paying for his school expenses. But staying at the elementary school dorm all by himself isn't proper for a child his age. So, I decided to move him to your dorm for the summer.
To our dorm? Do you really think that's a good idea?
Why, of course. He has the potential.
Then he's the new candidate?
Yes. But as you can see, he's still just an elementary school student. So it is merely a possibility for now.
Are you Sanada-senpai?
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about you. You haven't lost a boxing match yet. It's a real honor to meet you.
Yeah, well, it's nice to meet you.
Alright, I'm gonna go back and see what is going on. Yeah, I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And so much stuff was going on. And I managed to save one card, but then, like, it was, basically someone had the power to change, like, the effects of cards, like, across space-time, and it was affecting, like, cards IRL and their effects. It kinda reminds me of Rick Prime in Rick and Morty. Rick, killed that person. The technology still exists, though. First semester final exams begin today and last for 5 days. This question seems familiar. Alright, so this one's dousing. Hey Siri, who established the Kamakura Shogunate? During my first playthrough, that was who I went, but... I'm not sure I got the answer right then. This question seems familiar. You feel confident about your answer. Maybe the answers now are based off of my first playthrough, except recently. It has not been the case every time. Except they're not actually based off the answers, they're based off the stuff I was saying in my broadcast as the male protagonist. Though I suppose there might still be someone like fucking me over. Hey yo, what's up? Thank God today's the last day of exams. How have you been doing? Don't ask. I can't wait to let off some steam. Don't you just love summer? It's the last day of exams. The questions are just too easy. Your pen won't stop moving.
I'm done, baby! The dark days of testing are finally over. The sun is shining bright.
So, how'd you do?
Hey, check it out! I aced PE!
Well, that pretty much answers the question.
A real man doesn't dwell on the past.
That is not really correct. But I suppose it fits what Junpei's going for. It really depends, actually.
I'm thinking ahead to Yakushima.
Oh yeah, that's coming up soon, isn't it? Are you ready?
Totally. Of course not. How about you?
Me? Not really. I guess I should be more enthusiastic, huh? Hey, I don't have practice today, so do you want to do something? What do you say?
Kevin?
Sounds good. Where are we going? If you need to buy a swimsuit, I'd be happy to help.
As if. Alright, give me a sec. I'm gonna go grab my stuff from the locker room. Oh, I'll invite Fuka too.
Yukari left the classroom.
Hey. I'm sorry about the way I've been acting. I was just in a bad mood, and I took it all out on you. I know it wasn't too cool of me.
Well, you are a kid.
Dude, I'm being serious here. It's okay, though. How about we go back to how things used to be between us? Alright, let's get going.
How things used to be between us. I don't really know Junpei here, right? You met up with Akihiko at the school gate and went home together.
Woohoo! Freedom at last! What should I do now?
Don't worry, I'm sure you'll think of something.
Hell yeah, I will. Hey, what are you doing here, Akihiko-san?
Ikutsuki-san called me. I think he wants to talk about a new candidate.
Does that mean another person is going to join?
Maybe.
Oh, is it gonna be another girl?
How should I know?
Fuka! What's wrong, Natsuki-chan? Do you think you can stay after school with me for a mandatory study session? There's like no one... Oh, you're going back to your home today, huh? Okay, then never mind. Hey, wait! It's alright, let's go. Sorry, I'll see you all later back at the dorm.
Fuka returned to the school grounds with Natsuki.
I'm really surprised at how much she's changed.
Ah, friendship. How beautiful. Adolescence is such a wonderful thing, so full of vibrancy.
Mr. Chairman!
Oh, hello. I just stopped by to pick someone up. I might as well introduce you to him now.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Ken-kun. What's up?
Do you know him?
He doesn't leave during the break because of his circumstances.
Oh, I heard about that. Something about his parents.
It was only me and my mom, but she got in an accident, and she died. It happened 2 years ago.
Right now, one of his distant relatives is paying for his school expenses. But staying at the elementary school dorm all by himself isn't proper for a child his age. So, I decided to move him to your dorm for the summer.
It might be less weird for Ken to have stayed at the elementary dorm, but I suppose this would fit Ikutsuki's machinations better.
To our dorm? Do you really think that's a good idea?
Why, of course. He has the potential.
Then he's the new candidate?
Yes. But as you can see, he's still just an elementary school student. So it is merely a possibility for now.
Are you Sonata-senpai?
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about you. You haven't lost a boxing match yet. It's a real honor to meet you.
Yeah, well, it's nice to meet you.
Finally, some time off. Yakushima, here he come. I can't wait for Monday. And then 1 week of school till summer break. Frickin' awesome. Aren't you getting a little carried away? I mean, the trip is only for a few days, and we'll still have to fight shadows over summer break. In other words, we can't afford to stop training in Tartarus. I know. But my energy level is so high during summer, no one can stop me. Anyway, tomorrow I'm gonna start packing. So if we're going to Tartarus, then let's do it today. Are you prepared to go to Yakushima? Not really. While we're leaving the day after tomorrow, early in the morning, take tomorrow to pack your things. How can I help you? I almost forgot that we're all going to Yakushima together. I'm getting so excited now. We should really take this time to forget about all the bad things that have been happening and have some fun. You said it, pal. I just want to relax. Yeah, we're gonna have an awesome time. Don't worry about the tickets to Yakushima. I've taken care of them. Although, I was a little disappointed about the price. It turns out the fare for the ferry wasn't very fair. But when I told the lady selling the tickets that, she just ignored me. I was a little hurt after that. Oh, that was a pun by Ikutsuki. Game parade. Various arcade games are inside. Will you stay here until midnight? Yes. Right now the games available to play are Quiz Game and Lucky Fortune. Dr. Edgar's macabre fortune nearly came true. Your persona's magic has increased. It's getting late. You decide to go back to the dorm. Your post-exam break begins today. I came to pick up some swimwear to bring to Yakushima, but I don't know which one to get. I asked Akihiko-san, but he doesn't give a rip about fashion. It's always best to ask girls about this stuff, so just name it. Boxers, speedos, a one-piece bathing suit, a fig leaf. Boxers for Junpei, I suppose. The basic style, huh? I don't know. Is that the style I should go for? I get tired of coming up with new things to put into my son's lunch. My family always complains when I give them the same dish, so I'm always looking for something new. My friend told me about her kid at GeckoCon who ordered a pork chop sandwich from the student shop. He complained about the pork chop in it, of all things, so she got angry at him. She told him, if you don't like the meat, order sweet pastries or tricolor cake bread from now on. Alright, they're still talking about the same things. I could probably just hit up the arcade. It's a crane game. One of the prizes is a Jack Frost doll. 200 yen to play. The crane grabbed nothing but air. You won! Obtain Jack Frost doll. Oh, cool. While I'm here, maybe I put Recarm on Orpheus. Technically, Suzaku has Recarm drill. I'm not sure it would work outside of battle. It might, I suppose. I haven't had much experience with it. Usually, outside of battle, like, people will automatically be revived when someone has a skill like that. I have Miragila, however. I think I'll give this to Orpheus. Learn Miragila? Yes. This persona cannot remember any more skills. Please choose one to forget. Forget Aju. Maybe not. It's one of the original skills. I'll keep it for now. I'll probably eventually get rid of it. I'll get rid of Tarunda. But then again, Tarunda could be good too, in battles against singular opponents. I have Mazayo, so I'm gonna get rid of Zayo. Orpheus has learned Miragila. Adorable character might please someone. Winter outfit for Mitsuru. I guess I'll equip this on her. Game Parade. Various arcade games are inside. Will you stay here until it gets dark? Yes. Right now the games available to play are... You whacked as many of the wily moles as you could. Your persona's agility is increased. The games available to play, they were all the ones which increase the persona's individual stats. It's getting dark out. You decide to go back to the dorm. I'm gonna pee and I'm gonna grab something to drink. BRB. I'm here. Your persona's magic is increased. It's getting late. You decide to go back to the dorm. Yeah, I was thinking about what was happening before. And off the bat, right? Like, someone who could do that would be like a being like a capital G, certain capital G gods. And then I was also thinking, there are beings like the the Scarlet Witch who can do it. I was also thinking it could possibly be someone like a random kid who was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Except the stuff seemed to be correlated with like the stuff I was doing. And then like it could also be like yeah. I'm not sure it was from me though, because like a lot of the stuff would be like doing me harm. So I hesitate to say it's like my trauma and stuff. But I suppose that potentially, yeah. Your trip to Yakushima begins today and lasts for 4 days, 3 nights. Like yesterday I was cooking, and at one point like similar stuff was happening. But it was basically like the effects of like if there was a ghost in the kitchen who was also like kind of like haphazardly maybe like messing around with the food that I was cooking also. And then at one point I tried to do like a similar thing, right? Like a forced push. And it did not work. Although I have had like some success with it before. Mostly like in terms of like WoW stuff, like involuntary, I suppose. Your trip to Yakushima begins today and lasts for 4 days, 3 nights. It's time for you to get ready. Inside the Yakushima-bound ferry. You will soon arrive at Yakushima.
Awesome! There it is! Yakushima!
Wow, so many tropical plants. Take a look at that one.
But then I suppose it could also have to do with like shadow stuff also. Oh, so this is the ferry that Ikutsuki was talking about, which was not very fair, the fare of it. But the atmosphere is still heavy.
It's totally amazing, huh? Man, this is so awesome! I'm not even kidding!
Junpei-kun.
The Karijo family Yakushima mansion.
Wow.
It's like we're in an episode of Lifestyles of the Rich and Fabulous.
Welcome back, milady.
We won't be here long, but I'll be relying on you during our stay.
You have maids? And you must be her schoolmates, correct? Welcome to the Kirijo vacation home. Please follow me.
Is this the right place?
Dude, real life maids.
I knew she was from an important family, but this definitely confirms it.
I'm not sure if all, like, rich people deal with a lot of that stuff, too. Like the supernatural. When I was younger, I came from a place which was, like, affluent. For a long while, I lived there, but it was kind of like, I lived in the suburbia that was adjacent to, like, a place which was super rich. Oh, but sometimes, like, stuff would happen. But, like, if a person is, like, riding high on life, or, like, the high of adolescence, I suppose I did not really notice at the time. Rough stuff, however. A man walked in from the far door.
It's good to see you.
Oh, he left. Was that?
I've told this story before, but when I was younger, there was someone who kind of like got their foot ran over, I suppose, by like a couple vehicles. And this was while like I was hanging out with some people in like an area which was a neighborhood of the super rich, I suppose. But the way it happened, it was like statistically impossible. I suppose it's like an example that comes to mind of something that is like seemingly supernatural.
Her father?
It might have also been the same vehicle, but then I suppose... Maybe we were in like an area which was not bound by science. But then what happened, it was similar to something like a rhyme, I suppose.
Dude, talk about scary. He's not gonna make us walk the plank, is he?
Don't be stupid.
We won't be here long, but make yourself at home.
Sweet, this is gonna rock. Hey, you wanna go to the beach? It's right there. Dude, this place rules. Come on, let's go.
What, already?
Oh, and earlier when I called Junpei disgusting, maybe I had something on my mind. I was watching America's Got Talent, and there was this Asian person, Wes P, who goes on, and they strap things to their nipples and they like light the things on fire. And then I was with the crowd. The crowd was in support, right? Like, it was kind of one of those things where you kind of had to be like on the side of Wes P, or like... or like everything falls apart, I suppose. But then there were like people in the back who were like Preacher Lawson was calling him like disgusting and stuff.
I mean, sure, but let me get changed first.
and I suppose that case is not really my problem or concern, but I suppose it was kind of like in my orbit.
Then I'll see you there.
And then for some reason before I couldn't like hold it in when I was talking to Junpei.
I'm not gonna waste a single minute.
That's one of those things which is should not even really be in. Yakushima at the beach. After changing into your swimsuit and arriving at the beach, you see Junpei and Akihiko talking.
Got my sandals on, giving my feet a chance to breathe. Yep, summer's here.
You can tell even at this distance that Junpei is extremely excited.
Could he be any louder? But yikes, what's with Akihiko Senpai's swimsuit? I can feel my face getting red just looking at it.
Yo, about time you guys got here. Something wrong, Yukari?
That's a pretty small swimsuit.
Yukari seems to have a thing for Akihiko.
What? Don't you know?
Maybe they're trying to fit in with the other women.
Swimsuits like this reduce water resistance and...
Oh, that's okay. It doesn't need to be justified.
But they are displaying like an interest in Akihiko, however.
Hey, Junpei, what's the matter? You look even dumber than usual.
Man, talk about a feast for the eyes. Yukatan's wearing a more aggressive model than I had imagined. Could her boldness come from the confidence that her club training has toned her bod?
What?
And check out our leader. She's one cute mermaid herself. Those curves she usually keeps covered are looking good. I can't tear my eyes away.
Oh, is he talking about me? Earlier I was thinking, actually, during the first playthrough, I didn't like attack Junpei at first. And then I kind of fell apart after, but I think it was one of those things where it was not Junpei's fault. However, Junpei is kind of like scapegoated by whoever is making moves. I was still kind of hung up on it. It was almost like one could say the universe was speaking through Junpei when they were saying sorry, right? Because like I'm not sure it actually applied to Junpei's story. And I was thinking in that case, like, they would have to make it up to me, but... yeah, but then there were, like, parallel structures going on. There was also, like, game mode, and then there was supernatural investigation mode.
beach is so great. I love this place.
Thanks.
Is that umbrella taken?
Oh, and here we have the lovely Miss Yamagishi.
Wow, Fuka. I had no idea you were so... I mean, you should wear a swimsuit more often.
Huh? Oh!
Oh, come on. There's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Stop that creepy laugh, you perv.
And here's our final contestant.
Is something wrong?
Wow, Mitsuru-senpai, you're beautiful.
Yeah, your skin is flawless. Did you already put on sunscreen?
Wow. Everyone is complimenting me too. I am jelly.
No, not yet.
Akihiko-senpai, level with me. Which one's your type?
Akihiko and Junpei are whispering to each other.
Huh? Really?
This is kind of like a Lord of the Flies situation. Where like... there's like mating stuff going on. But there are like... two people on one side, right? And supposedly 4 people on the other. In this case, right, I suppose no one's really on a side. Or no one has to be. But I suddenly realized now, society is like this. Like, people are put into these miniature, self-isolated, like, fish tanks. Like a company or something.
Keep your voice down.
Man, really? No joke?
What are you two smirking about?
Nothing.
Okay.
Man, this is great. I'm in heaven.
I was recently watching 5 episodes of Rick and Morty. They were like 5 new episodes actually, which I had not watched before. I had watched the same episodes before, and then 2 out of the 5 I recently rewatched. They were the same episodes basically, but then the other 3 after that, they were different. But one of the episodes, Mortyplicity, it was about like how Rick was making decoys of himself and his family to kind of like use as a shield in case someone was trying to hunt down Rick. It's like an act of paranoia, I suppose. But then he used the phrase that it was like fine because they go on like self-contained adventures and they kind of live and they have a good time and stuff. But then I realized like the main Rick, who's followed up on at the end of the episode, who happens to be in space, like they're stuck in like a similar quote-unquote reality, right? But from the eyes of like a Rick who is making decoys. That's like a simulated reality. And before I had assumed that like Rick was like the baseline Rick, but after rewatching the episode, I realized that Rick was not necessarily the original Rick either, or like the real Rick. They just happened to be in space at the time.
How about a swim?
And Junpei says, "Man, this is great. I'm in heaven. How about a swim?"
Charge!
Whoa, I'm not letting you win that easy.
You feel uneasy, as if someone is watching you.
Oh, it's cold!
The feeling subsided. Gotta pee, BRB. I've returned. I guess I'll go around making my rounds. Everyone seems to be having fun. That's a good thing, I suppose. Operations during the dark hour put a lot of stress on us. You should relax a little and rest up. Under that parasol is the optimal place. Save your game? Save. Arg, this is such a nice place. Why does Stupe have to be here and spoil it all? Kevin-chan, help! Junpei-kun is eek! Ha ha ha! You like it? You like that, huh? No one can resist splashing girls at the beach. Ha ha! I'm gonna splash more water on you! You! Hey, you're gonna pay for that. Take this. But thank you, Mitsuru-senpai. Thank you so much. I could die right now with no regrets. Someone like Junpei, they're very, pervy. But actually, in society, I'm not sure. I suppose you kind of do have to look out, like, against certain types like Junpei. But, I'm kind of reminded of this conversation Colin Farrell once had with Seth Meyers. And they were talking about how it was really like the nice Irish people you had to watch out for. In terms of like, them doing stuff that like Junpei almost kind of hints at. But maybe they were kind of being, well, Seth was kind of like doing a comedic thing, like a toxic comedic thing, in like, I suppose, a potentially good way, and Colin Farrell was being humble. And then, but I suppose it could apply to more than Irish people. And that makes me think Akihiko. Akihiko's kind of like, damn, so true. It happens all the time, even in the media, right? Like a sports star will do something, but then like it gets brushed under the rug. Isn't this place nice? I came here often when I was young, but I don't remember it looking quite like this. It'd be nice to kind of like vibe here for a minute. In the episode I was talking about, I think the evil Morty actually ended up taking the technology. And their name, once again, it's like a double standard. They go by Evil Morty, but really, they're not as evil as, like, I suppose even like an average Rick. They are, however, smarter than like all the Ricks, I suppose. That episode is season 7, episode 5. Huh. Oh, but I was thinking about it earlier, and when I was talking about, I was reflecting on what happened at, like, the neighborhood of the super rich. And I was wondering if, like, an area that is kind of, like, heavily populated by, like, normal folk, I suppose, or, like, plebeian people, is the place less magical because the people don't believe in the magic? So, like, that would make science like a seal. It's actually a magical seal. Which, like, multiple people are summoning at, like, the same time. I guess the same might be true for stuff like religion. Oh, and I was thinking in this case, right? This is kind of where it's happening. But then we have Mitsuru over here and Akihiko over here, and they're almost like guardians. Guardians of this reality. Isn't this place nice? I came here often when I was young, but I don't remember it looking quite like this. Everyone seems to be having fun. That's a good thing, I suppose. Our operations during the dark hour put a lot of stress on us. You should relax a little and rest up. Under that parasol is the optimal place. Oh, it could be me also. Yeah, I've gone to that place where, like, I suppose religions and sciences lead to. But then there are also new literatures coming out, like Blade Runner 2049, where, like, it's very humbling for the character K, or their name might also be Joe. The average Joe. Oh, I understand now. The average Joe is one of the posits of manhood. I was thinking it was also, recently I was thinking it was the, you know what, I'll stop there for now, however. You're leaving already? Of course not. Dude, you had me worried. This is the beach we're talking about here. Chicks in bikinis. What more can you ask for? Arg, this is such a nice place. Why does Stupe have to be here and spoil it all? Kevin-chan, help! Junpei-kun is eek. Ha ha ha, you like it? You like that, huh? No one can resist splashing girls at the beach. Haha, I'm gonna splash more water on you. You, hey, you're gonna pay for that. Take this. But thank you, Mitsuru-senpai. Thank you so much. I could die right now with no regrets. I got some wood over here. In terms of actual gaming stuff, right? It would not be far off to be like boom, 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 and then boom, potentially boom at the save point. But like, for a lot of people, a situation like this is kind of like the epitome, right? But it's, I suppose it's kind of like a place where you don't really do something. I suppose you could go in the water. And then the positioning of this save point, it's kind of like if Akihiko and Mitsuru were the guardians, the optimal position to take a rest is actually outside of like, or maybe just inside the bounds of the guardians. It kind of almost looks like Akihiko's like, hey, actually, you know what? It's a good place for you. Over there, outside the group. I suppose it could be good and bad, but it tends to happen with, like, myself and other people. I think it happens when people are both like if someone sees someone else in like as like a deity, they would also treat them similarly. But they also treat people like freaks. Like freaks like that too. Yeah, before I did not really think of myself ending up in like a position kind of like in life that I did. Even though it turned out to be good, actually. I suppose it's like the American Idiot position. Like that song from Green Day, it was really famous. Everyone knows like their one album, at least like from the generation I came up with. And I suppose like the generations around. But the line in the song is like, don't want to be an American idiot. I was thinking like the Green Day members, they knew it was coming, but they were like, oh heck no, and they can't take it. I'm gonna grab another soda, be right back. Kinda like vibing at the beach. Here I am. I was thinking also of another traumatic incident I had. I took like psilocybin once, mushrooms, with this person I knew once, Siobhan, and it was a rough time. I went to like a nearby urban population center with them to take them, and then they started like bullying me like halfway through the trip. And then like before the trip started, they set out some ground rules. They were like, all right, we're not gonna do that. And I was like, all right, because like I don't really do that. And I had never really done that before. And then they started doing it, and yeah, it was a rough time. I was stranded. They were on my ride too, so I couldn't really do anything. But then when you kind of like think about it, it's kind of like oh yeah, at the time when we were at the beach, we didn't really go in the water. But like we were tripping, or I was tripping. So there was a lot going on. And there were a lot of people around and stuff. But also, in this case, it looks like there's not really much going on. I'm kind of thinking about the Avengers too in this context. Iron Man would obviously have their suit around, or at least something which was able to turn into their suit. And then they could blow up the water, I suppose. They could make like humongous waves, like instead of little splashes. I was thinking about Captain America. Obviously, would be rocking the bod. But then, like, maybe they'd just be punching the waves also. Black Widow. Akihiko's kind of, You think people would do this in society, like, towards geniuses and, like, weird people? They're actually kind of... It's possible they're being, like, bullies, right? They're creating, like, a simulated space, like, you sit here. Even though I suppose the technique, it can be used to, like, help someone in support. But technically, this whole beach is like potentially a good spot to be at. Or like, at least a spot to be at, or two. But then you start getting into the beach, right? And it's like, someone set up these umbrellas over here. And then naturally, I'd probably sit like on a chair. But it's also like someone else had set up a simulation here. But they're not here at the moment. But I am here. And I am queer. However, in this case, maybe the benefit of the doubt can be given to Akihiko, because, boom, under the beach parasol, there is something important actually. There's a save point. The gaming modes, they save Akihiko here. You're leaving already? Yeah. Ah, you suck. Well, I'm gonna stay a little longer. Later, man. Meanwhile, at the entrance to the Kirijo mansion...
It's been a while. I'm glad that you're in good health.
Our guests are residents of the dorm, I presume.
Oh, but in terms of the simulation stuff, I have, I suppose, kind of like a cosmic fast pass for this stuff. I can kind of like skip it. I'm like a master of the basics of information technology.
I'm sorry for bringing such a crowd.
I heard you told them about the incident. Why did you hide it so long?
I wasn't hiding it.
I've told you time and again. None of the blame is yours.
I didn't really skip it though. I've watched The Matrix a few times. The first three a few times. I watched the last one a couple times. They should probably make more. The last one was really good, but I think people will start realizing it's good, like down the line. At least the people who didn't like kind of grasp onto it. In fact, they were playing it too safe, I think, in the new Matrix movie.
But...
Two in harmony surpasses one in perfection.
Two in harmony surpasses one in perfection.
That has been our guiding principle since the Kirijo family separated from the Nanjo group. You must learn to trust in others, Mitsuru. There are things in this world that cannot be accomplished alone, no matter how many sacrifices you make.
Yes, Father.
You accessed our database, didn't you?
Two in harmony is better than one in perfection. They have like a religion going on here at the Kirijo base. It's also similar to the Hertz-Waller family I was watching in a recent documentary on PBS. They're kind of like at that point where they've already been doing like I suppose religion, like true religion maybe. Oh, I understand now. In something like a Yu-Gi-Oh game, like a single-player Yu-Gi-Oh game maybe, or even like a multiplayer Yu-Gi-Oh game, at first you're handed like a few decks and be like, hey, choose a starter deck. And then you choose a starter deck and maybe like each one is nice, right? And they're like religion, are the ones that are mainstream. But then like after a while, you really should build your own deck.
That's another thing. Why didn't you ask me directly instead of using this trip as an excuse?
I'm sorry.
Oh, and I suppose that would also qualify like philosophies too. And like sciences.
Bring them here. All of them. I had no intention of concealing the truth from them. I've made preparations to disclose everything.
And I think the same is true actually of like a lot of the characters in Yu-Gi-Oh! They have their own like world views.
Everything?
There's a girl named Takaba in your group, correct?
Takehara Kurijo. Maybe they do have a soul. That was really like a jokey quip there. But they seem to be hung up on someone who was lost, or the father was lost in their company.
For her to awaken to her power, it must be fate.
Actually, I'm not sure like a conscience, is what drew their attention to Takeba, Yukari in this case. More of like an equation.
Father?
The Kurijo family Yakushima mansion, reception room. Everyone is gathered after a sudden invitation from Mitsuru's father.
From what I understand, Mitsuru has already given you the short version.
Oh, yes.
Well, it's true. We adults are to blame. If I could have atoned for it with my life, I would have done so. Now, I have no choice but to rely on you. What my father wanted to create with those monsters' power was a time manipulation device.
Makes sense.
That's what he was trying to do?
Imagine if you could control the flow of time, eliminate unwanted events before they occur. With such a device, you could shape the future to your liking.
Damn, that's insane.
At this point, in relation to what I was talking about earlier, it's something that is simply like inconceivable to Junpei, right? So like, Junpei would place that person like outside the bubble. If they liked him, maybe that person would be like a genius, or like a god. Or if they didn't like him, maybe that person would be like a freak.
However, under my father's direction, the research began to stray from its original goal. In his later years, my father seemed to have only nihilism in his heart. Now that I think about it, his madness may have resulted from his struggle to break free from that. It's only natural that you want to know the truth, and it's my duty to tell you.
Old footage is being played on the large monitor in the room. Wow. Kurijo Senior might have been onto something, actually. They seem to have been, raging against the machine. The machine being also themselves.
What's this?
This is the only existing footage of the accident, recorded by a scientist who was at the scene.
A video recording?
Raging against the chains that bind. It looks like the scene of an accident. The video quality is poor, making the shown man's face unrecognizable.
I pray that this recording reaches safe hands.
That voice!
My employer has become obsessed with a loathsome idea. This experiment should have never even been conceived.
I'm not sure the idea is that loathsome. But I suppose because of what happened afterward, the person who said these words actually gained credibility.
I'm afraid what I've done will result in an unprecedented disaster. But if I hadn't, the entire world may have paid the price.
The entire world?
Please, listen carefully. The shadows that were amassed here have been dispersed as a result of the explosion. To end this nightmare, you must eliminate all of them. I am to blame for this. I knew the risks, but I was blinded by the promise of success. And so I didn't raise any objections. It is all my fault.
It's not really that person's fault. They were doing their job. The man was visible on the screen for a brief moment, but the video ended after a large explosion.
Dad? You mean... that was...
I see now. It's actually no one's fault. Because in a world where, like, the experiment was a success, people were like, oh yeah, heck yeah. I knew it. And then, like, yeah. Taking on the fault there is kind of like taking on something which is traditionally known as God's fault in certain religions.
Father.
His name was Eiichiro Takaba. He was the head researcher at the time, a very talented man. But we are the ones who are responsible. We pushed him to continue the research. The Kirijo group is to blame for his death.
That is how it would seem. Damn. But it's also like life's a stage play, right? You could also blame whoever the writer was.
I can't believe it.
But then at the same time, right, it becomes like a cascade also.
So that means my dad caused it all? The Dark Hour, Tartarus, the people who died in that incident? It was all his fault?
You okay?
So that's why you were hiding this? Because you felt sorry for me? Is that it?
No, Takiba, I
don't want your pity!
Yukari ran off. Damn, that's really tough for Yukari, actually. This is, oh my god. This took place on, like, Kirijo home turf. But really, like, the blame, right? I guess there was blame here. And then they stacked a bunch of blame on Yukari and their father.
Takeba!
Shouldn't someone go after her?
Leon.
Please go after her.
This is interesting. They were trying to harness the power of the shadow. In my team, we also harness the power of the shadow, right? I see. The shadow is actually... I was thinking about it. It's like the newest version of something which was like ... God or goddess. It's a science, psychology based. I understand. Shouldn't you go? Shouldn't we leave her? I was thinking this actually. It would be best case scenario for Mitsuru to go, even though it might be lower probability than if I went. Please go after her. Shouldn't you go?
You're right, I should. But I doubt she'd listen to anything I had to say at this point. Please.
You decided to head after Yukari.
I believed in him for so long. Oh, this is too much.
You found Yukari standing at the beach. Kevin.
Remember what I told you at the hospital? How my dad died when I was little? You understand now, right? He died in that incident. Nobody knew the truth, so there were all sorts of rumors. Because he was in charge of the research team, people were really mean to me and my mom.
Damn, that sucks for Yukari. It sounds like her parents were like dweebs, or at least people treated them like dweebs.
We even had to move a few times.
I see. That must have been tough. What did they do?
Yeah. But all this time, I kept telling myself it wasn't his fault.
You're right. But it looks like the whole world right now is trying to tell you that it was.
I loved him a lot, and I believed he'd never do anything wrong. I received a letter back in the spring. It was from him, written 10 years ago. It cracked me up, because even though it said to my family, it was pretty much all about me. That only made me believe in him more. When I found out I had a special power, I thought it was fate. I was scared, but I thought if I cooperated with the Kirijo group, I might find out what really happened.
Damn. I didn't notice it before, but this is actually... this might be elite people doing like passive-aggressive stuff once more. But in this case, really emphasis on the passive. That's why I agreed to fight using my persona.
But it turns out, all of that was for nothing.
It can't be helped. That's not true. Come on, cheer up. I see. Yukari. Since she was young, or since they were young, in case Yukari is a he, like the light from their family had constantly been diminished by those around them. And this awakened the true shadow. I'm not sure though, cause like, it looks like there's even more shadows beyond Yukari's typical shadows. Come on, cheer up. That's not true. It can't be helped. Oh my god. I've been thinking this too, right? If I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Against like people who have like superpowers and stuff. Even earlier when I was gaming. But then I like took a card from Kaiba's handbook. I was like inspecting the stuff, right? I was like boom boom boom. Level up really fast. And then I investigated the supernatural stuff. But all of that was for nothing. Alright, that's not true. I'm catching you here, Yukari.
You're just trying to make me feel better.
Maybe. Actually, I'm trying to save your life here.
Why does reality have to be so harsh? I tried so hard to fight my fear, and this is what I get.
I was watching the LPL once, Chinese League of Legends, but the English-speaking cast, and there's this person, Lyric. They're very harsh, especially on like their co-caster Hysterics. They're always like calling him a pussy and stuff. But then there was this one time where Hysterics revealed like his dream, and you saw like the light come out of Hysterics. And then Lyric took the moment, and I saw it. Lyric was like, that would be beautiful. And then it was like, boom. It was like the one moment, like Lyric solidified their alignment, right? It was like, Lyric is, I don't know, right? Something beyond like good and bad. I tried so hard to fight my fear, and this is what I get.
Maybe I'm just jealous of Mitsuru Senpai. I mean, why my father and not hers? I'm a horrible person, aren't I?
That's not true. Don't blame yourself. That's how people are. Damn, this is tough. You think Yukari's been going through similar struggles as me? Potentially? I don't know, like, I'm getting like sketched out, right? Like, I'm getting those Rick vibes. And like Rick and Morty. It'd be easy to like blame yourself here. It would be easy to even say that like to blame your shadow. But what if like the actual blame lies elsewhere? At that point you're dealing with like stuff that is not explicated on by like all the religions and sciences in the world. Yukari a horrible person? Do I gotta save her twice? This happened. So I will. It's like hard getting up sometimes. Don't blame yourself.
acting like you have all the answers.
Damn, alright, but she's gonna throw the blame on me?
I'm sorry. My head's a mess. I'm so afraid. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm totally lost. Tell me, what should I do?
Believe in your dad. Take your time. We need you, Yukari. Huh. Believe in your dad. Take your time. Take your time. That's kind of like iconic in the Shin Megami Tensei series. Especially the 5th one. It would often pop up on the screen. However, I think one of these answers... Either I see what I'm doing here. I'm creating life. But do I want to put the life inside of Yukari, or do I want to put the life inside of her dad? Obviously, you gotta save your dad. But like, I don't want you to get stuck on that. The dogma of this one. Huh. Maybe I should take a page out of Mitsuru's handbook. The probabilities. We need you, Yukari. And then trust that Yukari might eventually save her dad. Or like... the idol of them. I can't do it. Oh, this is a trap. Alright. Believe in your dad. However, stop believing in them after a while. That's what you should do here.
You mean, keep believing? I'm sorry for acting like this. You've lost your parents too. But I'm all right now. I'm used to dealing with stressful situations. Thanks.
Yukari is laughing. Her eyes are red from the cry.
Hey! Jeez, what's taking you so long? Everybody's waiting. It's almost the dark hour, so you should get back.
I almost forgot. It doesn't matter where you are when the dark hour comes.
Jeez, it's just common sense. Even I remembered.
You know, I've been thinking lately. Once you awaken to the power of Persona, You remember everything that happens during the dark hour. It's like trading away your innocence. In exchange for power, you can no longer look away from the things you don't want to see. So, I guess I'm stuck with you guys, huh?
The ocean is like a wall.
Yep. Now that that's settled, let's get back.
You feel as if you were being watched. Regardless, you decided to return. Your second morning at Yakushima. You're going with the other girls to see a large cryptomeria tree considered a World Heritage Site. Oh, during my last playthrough, I was hanging out with Junpei and Akihiko, and then we were hitting on this one trans woman. Actually, at first, we were hitting on, like, maybe some college girls, and then there was, like, a woman in her middle age, then there was a transgender woman. Transgender woman was sexy. But there's like this thing, like, yeah, it's related to what Yukai was talking about. Of how, like, you can kind of look at things. But then, like, when I was hanging out with Akihiko, and then there are the pressures of society, like, oftentimes, like, you're thinking, like, oh, what are they thinking? I'm thinking, I guess that stuff might still be in effect.
The air is so fresh. I never thought a walk in the woods could be so enjoyable. You can't do this in Iwatodai. Oh, so listen to this. Junpei was acting like such a pervert yesterday, and I didn't know how to react. It's probably a good thing we came out here by ourselves.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
I know exactly how Mitsuru felt in that situation. Somehow I have, like, the knowledge of being in those situations. Like their dad, I suppose, Kirija. He's like a rehabilitated devil. Mitsuru received an incoming call on her phone.
Mitsuru speaking. One moment, let me switch over to speakerphone. Please continue.
Well, I'm at the lab here on the island, and a machine that was considered inoperable suddenly left the facility on its own.
A machine? What kind of machine is it? I need detailed information to locate anything other than shadows.
It's a combat vehicle, an anti-shadow weapon to be precise.
A combat vehicle? You mean like a tank?
We gotta let the others know. Where's my cell?
We're not currently with the others, so it might take some time for us all to assemble.
I see. Well, regardless, I want you to handle this as soon as possible. I'm on my way there now.
If the target cannot be captured, do we have permission to destroy it?
I highly doubt you'll be able to destroy it.
What? Then how are we supposed to stop it?
Just do your best. I'll call you again later.
Ikutsuki ended the call.
Great. No one's answering.
Don't worry about it. Let's go back and get our equipment. Then we can have Yamagishi's persona scan the area. Although this island is quite large.
Jeez, where could they be?
I think the term is kiki. Yukari has gone back to like kikiing with Mitsuru here. Meanwhile, on Yakushima Beach, Junpei and Akihiko are there.
Huh? Are the girls not up yet? Man, what lazy bones. The ocean's not gonna sit around and wait for us, you know.
You're right. Once the sun sets, the water temperature drops, tiring you out much faster.
Huh? I guess. Is that what you're worried about?
That reminds me. One of the maids gave me a letter as we were leaving. Well, hey, Junpei!
The letter Akihiko was holding is now in Junpei's hands.
Yeah, no buts. I ain't letting any love letters from a lovely maid slip through my fingers.
How dumb can you get?
Let's see here. This says we've gone to see the Jomon cedar tree. Huh?
It looks like Fuka's handwriting.
Oh, man. We're at an island resort in the middle of summer. Why don't they go to the beach? That's just not right.
Well, it is your fault.
What do you mean? I just wanted to lighten up the mood.
I don't want to hear it.
Well, doesn't matter anyway. We're on our own now. Just the guys.
This is kind of different than when I was with their group. Maybe whoever I'm with gets like a bonus in terms of life.
If you're out of ammo, you pick it up on the battlefield. That's one of the most basic military tactics. We'll call this Operation Babe Hunt.
Oh, but now they're gonna continue onward.
Babe hunt? You mean like pick up girls?
What do you think, Akihiko-san? With you on the squad, we're guaranteed to succeed.
Nah, I'll pass.
Oh, scared you're gonna lose?
What?
Hey, I'm not judging you. Most guys would rather back down than lose.
It really is the move. It is like a move. Like, I used to be on the never surrender hype train, but then sometimes you gotta surrender to increase your chances of winning.
Alright, we're doing this.
Oh, this is interesting. Operation Babe Hunt. This is like a timeless game. A timeless simulation. I think even dolphins do this. Except I was watching a documentary and the dolphins were like trying to eat like animals that were on the land. And then some of them would die doing it.
Okay, with Mitsuru and our leader gone, I'm in command.
Huh?
The loser buys dinner at Hagakure when we get back home. Commence the operation.
Loser? What do you mean, loser?
Yeah, that's tough. Akihiko is activating competition mode. They're like setting up the simulation. Oh, there's a switch. Competition mode, on or off. And Akihiko is like, on, of course. And Junpei is like, oh no. In a lot of cases, I'm like, it's stressful, you know? If someone just activates the competition mode, like, when you don't have to.
Wait, we're gonna go hit on them separately? Hi there, miss. Wanna hang out? Oh, I see. You're here with your boyfriend.
Hey there! Say, do you know the most efficient swimming technique? The butterfly stroke uses your leg strength to... Oh, I see.
Need someone to rub sunblock on your hard-to-reach areas?
It looks like this time we're not going to be able to see the women.
Oh, don't worry. I'm really good at it. You're trying to get a tan? I'm in the way? Oh, excuse me then.
From the sound of it, they're also different women.
All right, Junpei, what's going on here?
What do you mean? That indirect approach of yours isn't gonna help you score.
What? So you're saying I should use cheesy come-ons like yours?
Honesty is the best policy.
Huh. What do they do in a case like this? And also the case from before, right? It's like they're playing with different Yu-Gi-Oh decks or something. But then, like, everyone's deck is, like, losing.
I mean, who wants to listen to a guy drone about muscles and...
What's up? You see something?
Talk about saving the best for last. Now that's what I'm talking about. Man, she's cute.
I agree.
This is our last chance to make up for failures. All right, here I go.
Hey!
Hey, how's it going? I noticed you've been, staring at the ocean. So, do you come here often? My name's Junpei.
Junpei?
Don't worry, I just want to talk.
It's, I guess...
I mean, it's more fun than standing here all by yourself, isn't it?
I am looking for a human.
Oh, yeah?
You are not the one.
The ending to the last playthrough, it really creeped me out though. Especially when it came to Aigis. I was thinking about it today, and before she was talking about how she had a brush with her mortality. But then, when it came to others, it's like she had not learned the lesson.
Wow, he got shot down faster than I expected.
She's a tough one, Senpai.
Don't worry about me. Wow, hello there. Say, do you like the ocean?
Is your question directed at me?
Oh, yeah. I like the ocean too.
What happened earlier with Yukari, actually, it was kind of like what happened with Lucifer when he smites like angels and people in Supernatural. Like Kirijo, and if you take everything they did on the surface, it was like in the 90th percentiles and above of like good. And I suppose there was like some aggro thrown in there. And I guess in the surrounding environment. But then, like, really, they looked at Yukari, and then Yukari crumbled.
Hey, I heard that triathletes who train at the beach perform better than those who practice indoors. Makes sense, doesn't it?
I've also heard similar things, but then I've also heard the opposite is true too.
That type of information is irrelevant to me.
I won. I talked to her longer than you did.
It doesn't matter how long you talk to her. Ugh, this sucks.
Oh. That sucks. But then again, I suppose this is kind of like normal. As long as Akihiko's actually a good person. But then again, right, that stuff doesn't really matter, like good and bad. Or good and evil? It's like kinda... Sometimes you're really like... cutting some thin bread.
Hey, stop crying. You're making me feel bad.
Some thin onions.
She looks surprised for some reason. What's she looking at? She took off. It wasn't because of us, was it?
Who knows?
Wait, she's heading into the forest. Isn't it dangerous for a skinny girl like her to wander around all alone in there?
Why? You think there might be bears or something?
I don't know about that, but we should go after her.
Geomon Sugi Forest. I'm gonna pee, BRB. Alright, I return. Geomon Sugi Forest. You became separated from Yukari and the others. You sense a strong gaze, more palpably than before. It's a girl. She must be the one who has been watching you. Hello. May I help you?
I was correct. I have found you.
She suddenly embraced you.
I have been searching for you. My highest priority is to be with you.
It doesn't seem like she wants to let go.
There she is. Wait, what? What's going on here?
Junpei and Akihiko have arrived. Even then, it doesn't seem like she plans on letting go.
I see. So that's her preference. Well, that explains why we got the cold shoulder.
Oh, yeah. Whatever floats your boat.
There you are. Junpei! What are you doing here? We've been looking all over for you.
What are you doing in the middle of the woods in your swimsuits?
You have no idea what we've...
Damn. When Yukari is kind of going back into this mode of like kikiing, right? And then when Akihiko and Junpei activate like guy mode, it's kind of like a storyline or something. But then when Yukari was on the beach, right? Some people would say or philosophize that that was the real Yukari, brought on by the devil of the Kirijo group.
Huh? Why is she hugging you?
I wonder why. She says I'm her priority.
What?
Listen, we've encountered a problem. I'm sorry to interrupt your vacation, but I need you all to go back to the house and prepare for battle.
That won't be necessary. We found what we were looking for.
Even Akutsuki has arrived.
What do you mean?
Oh, you had me worried. You don't have permission to leave the lab on your own, I guess.
I know.
The girl answered while still hugging you. The Kirijo family Yakushima mansion reception room.
I apologize for all the trouble. Everything is under control now.
So, what happened to capturing the tank?
Oh, that's been taken care of. Come here, Igus.
Coming.
I wonder if I get like an adventure. The girl you just met walked in. An adventure with the girls. Comparable to something which happened with Akihiko and Junpei from last time.
This is Igus. As you can see, she's a mechanical maiden.
I am Igus. My mission is to destroy shadows. I have been assigned to seize, effective immediately.
No way! It's like she's... alive.
Oh my god, we're gonna die one day. Maybe that's like a normal reaction. I've heard some people get that response from looking at AI. And then the game, it kind of connected that, like, in a storybook way.
This is unbelievable.
She's so cute, but she's a robot.
Anti-shadow weapons were created 10 years ago to combat uncontrollable shadows.
I worry that humans are expendable. It makes me wonder though, are there like great powers which might actually be on my side? I think there are in my experience.
Aigust was the last to be made, and she's the only one that still remains today.
An anti-shadow weapon? Does that mean she...
Yes, I am capable of operating the persona Palladian.
She suffered major damage in combat and has remained in the lab ever since. It's still unclear as to why she suddenly reactivated herself this morning. Well, I hope you will all get along.
She reactivated herself? I see.
An anti-shadow weapon with a will of her own? This is amazing!
By the way, when I saw you earlier, it seemed like you knew her.
It's kind of like Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen. He can kind of like rematerialize.
Yes, it is very important for me to be by her side.
Perhaps her identification system is malfunctioning. Or maybe she's still half asleep. This is quite interesting.
I don't think it's that.
Well, I can ponder this later. Oh, I forgot to tell you all.
There's also been a lot of talk about fate. Yukari thought it was fate that she got her powers. Kirijo thought it was fate that Yukari was in our group. And then, I guess meeting me here, of all people, it's kind of like fate too. It's kind of like there's intelligence that is happening in like the invisible forces, which are like affecting like our characters.
You can participate in a wide range of recreational activities here.
Except what we see as intelligence, right? In like 1,000 years, are people gonna think it's like kind of like dirt?
There's a tennis court, a pool table, even a karaoke machine. Would you care to hear me sing?
Day 3 of your vacation on Yakushima. You came to the beach with everyone, including Aigis.
Man, it's already the 3rd day of our trip. It's too bad we have to go home tomorrow. I'd totally stay longer if I could, but I can't complain. A lot of cool things happened while we were here.
How can he be so full of energy? We were all up so late last night.
Do we have a mission at the beach today?
Nah, it's nothing like that. We just came here to have some fun.
Do you understand what it means to have fun, I guess? Of course. Recreation is the refreshment of one's mind and body.
Exactly! Wow, you sure know a lot about us humans.
Damn, it looks like I might not get like a feminine adventure time.
Alright, let's take one last dip before we leave.
A feminine adventure experience. A safari. Junpei ran to the water's edge, dragging Aigis along.
Hold on, Junpei-kun. Is it okay for Aigis to go in the ocean?
Oh, I'm sure she's waterproof.
Only Aigis returned.
What's wrong, Aigis?
Did she drown Junpei? Is what some people might think in this case. However, it might not be my first thought.
It is best that we all engage in this activity together. An activity in which only one person derives enjoyment is not the optimal method to have fun.
True. I guess seems a lot like me in this case, but it makes me think about like competition shows, right? Sometimes it's fun watching someone do something too. But in this case, one can clearly see I guess his actual meaning is I want to increase the level of the fun here and let us all partake in enjoyment.
Ugh, do we have to?
Despite her words earlier, Yukari is having fun in the water with Aigis.
We should join them.
Okay.
Fuka and Mitsuru also joined in. Ikutsuki arrived.
Are you enjoying yourself? We've been quite busy during our time here, but it looks as if we can relax a bit today.
I hope so.
Hey, Akihiko-san, come on! It's your turn!
My turn? What are they doing?
I'm glad to see everyone is having so much fun. I've already told you what time the ship will be arriving tomorrow, yes? I'll most likely head over to the port early, so don't be late.
Okay, I'll let everyone know.
We can get back down to business again once we're back at the door.
Got it.
Kevin-san.
Hey, Akihiko-senpai!
I'm actually not tan.
This again? I guess we should go too.
Kevin.
I just wait! That's not what water gun means!
Junpei-kun is down!
Alright, here's our chance for an all-out attack!
Relax.
I'm saved! Seriously, did you guys not treat a little horseplay like a life or death battle?
You had a fun time with your friends at Yakushima. With Aigis joining, things are likely to get livelier. The Cease social link has reached level 5. Your power to create personas of the Fool Arcana has grown. Oh, that's a nice view. Cease's determination in battle has been enhanced. Party members can now take a mortal blow for you in battle. Oh, I'm reminded of that movie that M. Night Shyamalan made about, like, the people who were at the beach. And then near the end, like, two people were kind of coming to terms with what was happening, but then they saw, like, the view, and they were like, ah, yes. When you receive a blow that would otherwise kill you, your ally will take the hit for you during battle. The Yakushima vacation has ended. You return to the dormitory. Meanwhile, late night at the Tatsumi Port Island back alley, the punks at the hangout are whooping it up as usual. Shinjiro is sitting by himself, away from the group. For some reason, I did not associate Shinji with being a gangster. But it seems like he is, like, adjacent, at least. Like, a lot of the gangsters probably see him out a lot, and then see him doing stuff. Three dark figures approach Shinjiro.
You seem to be in great pain.
You guys. Ah, shit, it's them.
You mean those three? Wow, they're freaky.
Oh yeah, it looks like the normal punks and the tough chicks and Shinji, they were like vibing as per usual, and then Strega is kind of like a mix in the environment.
Shut up, let's go.
The punks left the hangout.
Why do they always run and hide when I approach? They're like back alley rats.
Beats me.
Jin, give him the capsules.
The smart-looking guy handed Shinjiro something.
Thanks. I'll pay you the same as...
Ah, it was a deal for the suppressants. The same is also true of substances IRL a lot of the time too.
Hold up. This time, information will suffice. Your acquaintances have been busy lately. I'm referring to their activities on nights when the moon is full. They spend a great deal of time in the tower as well. Why did they take this burden upon themselves? You do know, don't you? But you don't wish to say. Is it because they are your friends?
No, I've got nothing to do with them.
Then tell us. Wouldn't you agree these pills are more important than a bunch of strangers?
Whoa. Oh my gosh. The Pale Young Man, classic.
I don't know the details, but... supposedly, if you destroy all those creatures, then the tower will disappear, and with it, the Dark Hour.
Takaya is kind of like throughout the story, they're consistently impressive.
You mean they intend to eliminate the Dark Hour?
Shinjiro too, but in a different way.
Why would they do such a thing? With the power they have...
What?
They wish to destroy the Tower of Demise as well?
Tower of Demise? Who wouldn't want to take out that damn tower?
Based on my last playthrough, I learned that Strega they were experimented on by like a group that was kind of continuing the work of the Karijo group. And they developed powers through kind of like an intensive process similar to the Witchers in the Witcher saga.
Easy, Takaya.
Yes. Yes.
The three left.
I can't go back. Not after what happened.
Ah, man, I'm beat. It seemed to take forever to get back. Yeah, it was a tiring trip. Please rest up so you're ready for the next operation. Yeah. I don't have any plans for summer break, so I can fight shadows all you want. Wow, you must really be bored. Shut up, Yucatan. Whatever. We just have to defeat those last 6, and it'll all be over. The loss will get better, and everything will be back to normal, right? That's why we have to try our hardest. Alright, I'm probably gonna stop the broadcast here. Maybe I'll go around my squad and I'll talk to people. It's kind of a tough start to the start of the broadcast today. But then, stabilized. Do you think anyone will be able to tell that she's a robot? I don't. I mean, you'd really have to be looking for a robot to figure that out. As long as she acts normal, no one will suspect a thing. She's cute, huh? Super cute. I don't think I've ever met a machine that was so cute before. These are your lodging quarters? Very well, I shall be by your side at all times. She is still far from passing as human. It seems she is unable to understand ordinary feelings in conversation at the moment. If she were able to do that, you may be able to create a bond with her. A lot of people are joining the team now. It's so much different than before. Is there something you'd like to know about Aegis? Where are the others? I assume you are referring to the other anti-shadow weapons. Well, there were many created. You could say they were Aegis' sisters. However, they were all destroyed 10 years ago in the incidents. Aegis has been quite lonely since then. From what Ikitsuki was saying before, she might have actually deactivated herself. Why is she in human form? Personas are created from human minds. So the plan was to place a human mind inside an anti-shadow weapon. The only real issue was the form the weapon would take. If the form of the weapon was a tank, for instance, the weapon's mind would recognize itself as a tank. However, a tank is not a living entity. This is crucial, you see, because the mind of a non-living entity will not process human thoughts correctly. So it will not function properly, and it will soon become corrupted. However, a mind placed inside a form that closely resembles a human body will recognize itself as a human being, thus allowing it to easily adapt to human thoughts. Therefore, Aegis and her sisters were built in the form of human beings. There's a movie about the concept, actually. Let me see. Hey Siri, pull up information about the movie Replicas.
I found this on the web.
This is the one. It was the one I was thinking about. Replicas with Keanu Reeves. So the point here is shadows are created out of humans. They wanted to access shadows, so they had to create something which was human. They wanted to access, like, shadows, gods, and the like. How come she knows me? I do not know. Perhaps it is simply a glitch in our human recognition programming. Regardless, it is nothing to concern yourself with. An anti-shadow weapon. That will be a most welcome addition. Most souvenirs are worthless. Snow globes, keychains, postcards. However, this is one souvenir from Yakushima that is très bien. True, maybe. At least in terms of like gameplay and stuff. Everyone seems so tired. Maybe we should skip going to Tartarus tonight and just rest. Alright. Bye!